I get a lot of questions about how I do my sound design, but instead of showing you guys how to make a bass in Serum, there are so many people who are way better at synth design than I am. I thought I'd go through some examples in my own tracks of places where I've done something creative sound design wise, which I feel more people are struggling with to make their tracks stand out more. And as always, I'm giving away one free mastering to one of the first 300 commenters in the comment section below. But I'm also gonna do a free mastering to one of you guys who are following me on Instagram and post that you're from YouTube and post your favorite club tracks right now on my latest post. I'm playing with Alan Walker in Germany and Poland this weekend, and I'm in need for some fresh new music, so why not ask you guys to help out with suggestions? So please send those my way on Instagram, and yeah, let's dive into it. So the first thing I'd like to show you guys is sampling different random stuff that shouldn't be sampled. This is a build-up that I'm working on for an upcoming track. So I found this dog on Instagram which was barking like I thought that was really funny, so I recorded it on through Audacity, just through the computer. And what I did was I got this. So what I did was I reversed it and I added some format shifting to it with Little Ultra Boy. I format shifted it down 3 and some reverb with Valhalla, and it sounded like this now. Then I added some heavy distortion, which made it sound like this, with some EQing to take off the really harsh top. And I automated reverb to come in slowly so that it gradually builds up and becomes this big thing. And I cut off the lows. In the whole track, that really made up for like a weird riser sound, which you can't really find in any sample pack whatsoever. It sounds weird, but I feel like it works. So that's the first example, just putting in random stuff and reversing it, distorting it, pitching it. And sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. But that's tip number 1. So the next trick is something I've talked about a lot in previous videos, and that is using your own voice to do random stuff. Now this is a fill on the end of the bar of a drop. Wait, I'll give you some more reference. So that woo woo, I'll show you on the voice memo. I just had that in my head that I wanted like a synth or something that went like pew pew, like pitch wise. So I thought, why not try doing that without effects? It sounds like this. So that is pitched down for semitones. Then I add, as always, some format shifting a lot down. Makes it sound like this. Reverb to put it in a short reverb. Just a short room reverb. Then bit speak, like I speak a lot about, to add some crush to the top. Then decapitator. You're probably seeing a pattern in how I do this, but I'm gonna run through it anyways. Some compression to keep it very even, and just sidechain to make it fit into the mix. Pop it at the top with the CQ, a EQ boost at the high end. Take out the lows, and just another top boost really. And that sounds pretty weird, and I liked it at least. I don't know what you think, but I liked it, and you can test this out with a lot of things. For instance, my track Strangers Do, which sound like this. I did like and then did pretty much this exact same thing. You can watch that. I'll put a link somewhere here that you can watch the making of Strangers Do to see how I did that. But you can do a lot of things with your voice. Just test it out, and your phone works so well as a mic. You really don't need any expensive ones. I have a super expensive mic right over there, but I never use it because I'm lazy and it just works. It's so much faster, I think. So yeah, that was tip number 2-ish. I'll open up a new project now. But I wanted to show you guys something with a synth as well. So I've pulled up this thing, which I have right before a drop. It sounds like this alone. Just a very regular chord sound. I'll show it here. It was just a preset I found in Diva. And then I added channel panning so that it pans from either side. Just makes it like fly in between the speakers. I don't know how to explain it. You can probably hear what it does. And then it also pitches upwards, so which sounds like this. Which just goes up into that root note that the chord is starting on. Then I add the effects, which is starting with just a pretty harsh distortion, another room reverb, another beat speak. You guys can probably guess what's coming next, but Camel Crusher actually. Just to annihilate it even further. Some EQ, cutting out the lows, sidechain. So that works pretty well as like a end of a part, and yeah, you can do that with a lot of different stuff. Felt like it sounded a bit weird and unique. Not that crazy, but I thought I'd show something with a synth as well. And I'm also gonna show one more synth. Let me open that project. Another synth thing that I've done in another track is also towards the end of a bar, is I found another Diva synth. Sounds like very weird sound from the get-go, but what I did was it ended up like this. In the context of the track, sounds like this. Which was weird and I liked it. So I put a reverb on, but this time 100% wet, because I really wanted it to be like really in the background. And I then added a decapitated, super harsh distortion. And then a manipulator to pitch the sound, because here I can pitch both the pitch and the format, which makes it sound way better in my opinion. And then I took out a couple of the harshest resonance frequencies here so that it didn't clutter up the mix too much, because these oh, they were really harsh, so I removed those. And took on sort of like a radio style filter sounding thing to make it stand out in the background even more. And a sidechain to round it off. So that's pretty much another example of what you can do with just a standard synth, which is pretty much the same thing I just did with the other one. And let's head into the last project that I thought I'd show you guys today. So for this last one, I've chosen a trick I did on my next single that is coming out very soon. I'm super excited about it. I've showed it to you guys in my comeback show video with Tiesto. Check that out, by the way. And here I actually recorded like some pots and pans like a long time ago. And I found that recording and tried fitting it in this track somehow.
French adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
So you can hear them coming in slowly, but this is how it sounds. It's just the pots and pans that I've like chopped and then pitched so that it ish sounds correct. Put a reverb on, and then I just slowly bring in the high-end filter. It's a pretty neat trick. I also put it in the lead in the chorus just to make it sound a bit more detuned and gnarly and like gritty. Just very low in the background, but it just gave it that weird feeling, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or if you didn't like this video, please let me know. And I'll talk to you guys next time.